Brianna?
Hi.
Hi, my name's Heather. I'm a case manager here at Western Counseling and Psychological Services. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Glad to hear it. I want to start out by asking real quick, have you ever received mental health services before, or is this your first time in a setting like this?
In a setting like this, it's my first time. I had a med management person at Acadia for my depression about 4 years ago.
Okay. All right. So it's been a little while since you've been in this sort of setting or seen anything like this, but I will go over this with you real quick. But you've probably seen some of this stuff before. I'm just going to give you this packet. This has all this stuff I'm about to talk to you about on it. All the informed consent, the rights, the financial policy, and our privacy policy. This one right here, I will need your initial. This just says that I have talked to you about the risks and benefits of receiving counseling services here, and that you've received that paper, and you're aware of them, and you consent for us to treat you. This just says that I give you the packet on the rights and responsibilities of a client, just so you've been made fully aware of all of your rights, and you can read over that whenever you get the chance, but if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. This just says that you've been notified of our privacy policy, which basically says that unless there's any suspected abuse, because we are mandated reporters, or you're a danger to yourself or others, or there's a court order or something crazy like that, we won't be sharing your information with anyone, not even other providers, unless you give us explicit permission to do so. And this just says that you've been notified of our financial policy, and the only real thing you need to know with that is that if you have to cancel an appointment, you need to do it within or before 24 hours and then the appointment window. Otherwise, you will be charged $55 for the appointment. And this is just asking if you'd like to know more about writing an advance directive or a will in layman's
Well
terms.
set.
Understandable. We'll talk more about that later if you change your mind. Twelve. All right, thank you very much. Now, I just have some more forms that I have to fill out here, of course. Excuse me. So I'll just be asking a few more questions. Real quick, do you have your insurance card and
I do.
all of that, so I have that information? And who's your insurance provider?
I have Medicare.
Medicare.
Oh, shit.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. And what would be the best telephone number for me to use if I needed to contact you?
Probably 649-8899.
All right. And is it okay to leave a message if I call?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And what is your marital status?
I'm engaged, so technically single.
Yeah, I've always felt weird about that too. It's like, I'm not single, but yeah, single. And what is your partner's name?
Kyler.
Kyler?
K-Y-L-E-R.
Very close to Tyler. It's very easy to make that mistake. I'm sure you get that a lot.
He gets Bob on the phone a lot.
That's hilarious. And if we're unable to reach you for some reason, is it okay if we contact your partner?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. And are you currently employed?
I am. I work at a call center, Access Worldwide Communications.
Access Worldwide. Oh, I've heard of them. How do you like working there?
It's a call center.
And I get that consensus a lot.
Sucks the soul out of you.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can stick some of that soul back in you.
Great. Thanks.
And if anything, God forbid, were to happen, who would your emergency contact be?
Probably Kyler.
Kyler. All right. And what's the best phone number to reach him at if you need to?
207-649-1927.
All right. And there's your partner. All right. And do you have a current primary care physician?
I do. I see Donna Pelkey at, oh goodness, it's a Railroad Square Primary Care.
Railroad Square Primary Care. All right. All right. And how'd you hear about us?
One of my friends was actually talking about you guys. She said that she had case management services here for her son, and she said that you guys were really good.
That's awesome. It's always great to hear a success story. Excuse me. We do have a lot of really great case managers here, so I'm glad she had a great experience with us, and I hope you do as well. I have this little quick questionnaire to ask you, just regarding how you've been feeling the past couple weeks or so, and you can just rate these things from never, hardly ever, sometimes, often to very often. Okay? All right. And in the past couple weeks, how often have you felt unhappy or sad?
Probably very often.
Okay, okay. How about having little or no energy?
Like all the time. Like I just want to take a nap.
We all have those days. No shame in that. Excuse me. Do you ever have a hard time getting along with your family or friends or coworkers or?
I don't think any more than usual. I mean, families bicker from time to time.
Absolutely. So sometimes, hardly ever.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. How about feeling hopeless about the future?
That's a tough one because I'm like hopeful that everything will turn out okay, but like my outlook is just so grim on it actually. So probably sometimes.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can strengthen that hope a little bit. It's good to have hope though. At least you have that.
I have like a little sliver.
We'll work on it. That's what we're here for. Do you ever have a hard time paying attention or concentrating on things?
Yes.
Yeah?
All the time.
How often? Very often?
All the time.
Okay, very often. Do you ever feel unproductive with work or with your daily activities?
All the time.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Do you ever feel tense or nervous? Or just anxious, jittery?
What was that? It was like often, wasn't it?
Yeah, often and
often.
very often. Yeah? Okay. So you're pretty anxious, but not always.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you ever have problems with sleep? Like sleeping too much or sleeping too little?
Very often.
Okay.
Like all the time, often.
Okay, do you normally have trouble getting to sleep, staying asleep?
Both.
Both. Do you sleep, how do I want to word this? Do you ever sleep more often than you need to feel rested?
If I had the ability to, I would.
Understandable. Okay, so busy.
Yeah.
I get that. Do you ever feel lonely or?
Not all the time. I do get occasional bouts of like, wow, like nobody's around. Everybody hates me. So I mean, sometimes, but not really.
Okay. Okay,
So
so
like
sometimes.
somewhat.
Sometimes lonely.
Somewhat.
So you don't have like a constant loneliness, but
No.
sometimes, you get a little lonely. Okay. Do you ever have thoughts of harming yourself?
Not necessarily of like harming myself, but like sometimes I think I would be better off not existing.
Okay, so like suicidal ideations, kind of.
Kinda, yeah.
Alright, alright. How often would you say you have these kind of thoughts?
At least once or twice a day.
Okay, so pretty often?
Yeah.
Okay. Has anyone ever expressed concerns to you about how much you drink or any substances you may use?
No.
No? Cool. That is good to hear. Have you ever had more than, or in the past 2 weeks, have you had more than 5 drinks of alcohol in one day? No? Okay. Good job. I like that. Have you had any problems at work or school because of any alcohol or drug use? No? Good. And this one is a little bit different. You're just going to rate it from true, almost true, unsure, absolutely false, or almost false and false. Excuse me. And this just says that you've, oh, fuck. It's like an after interview thing. Felt like we talked about the things that were important to me. Felt like the therapist liked and understood me. The session was helpful.
Can you edit this video?
I'm going to.
I would.
It doesn't say not to.
So I'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna like move on. And be like, yeah, we'll move on.
Alright, we'll just continue this part later.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we'll come back to this part right here.
Yeah. And this part down here we'll come back to later. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the concerns that brought you here today. So first, I want to hear in your words, what is the main concern that brought you here today?
I can't do anything. Like, I'm just super tired all the time. And I've been super moody. And no motivation to do anything. So I think finding some sort of services to kind of like help out with either like getting back on medication and or into counseling
Okay.
would be fantastic.
Okay.
And if those don't help, maybe even in-home supports.
Okay. Okay.
I'd be open to.
What do you think is making you feel this way? Is it anxiety about something?
I'm not entirely sure. I was going through like some financial issues
Mm-hmm.
a while ago, and I thought that it was just stress from that. But that's pretty much not an issue right now, or not as big of an issue
Okay.
as it was, and I'm still feeling this way.
Okay.
So I don't send help.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll do my best to help. That's what I'm here for. So I just have a list of symptoms here. We're just going to go through them real quick, and you can just tell me yes, no, I've experienced this, I haven't. Distractibility, hyperactivity, impulsivity, or boredom.
I'm distracted a lot.
Okay.
Hyperactivity, no. Boredom, not really.
Do you ever find yourself making impulsive decisions? Doing something and then wondering, why did I do that? I didn't even think about that.
Sometimes they're not.
Would you say it's a concern for you?
No.
Okay. Poor memory or confusion?
Yes.
Okay. Seasonal mood changes, sadness, depression, loss of pleasure, interest, or hopelessness?
Yes.
All of those? Okay.
I hate the wintertime. I just get super sad.
It's hard in Maine. Vitamin D, I tell you. Thoughts of death or self-harm behaviors?
Thoughts of death.
Okay, but you're not actively hurting yourself anymore.
No.
Okay. Do you ever have crying spells or feel really lonely?
Crying spells is kind of iffy. Like, I can feel myself start to cry, but I'm able to not cry.
Okay.
So I don't know if they'd be considered crying spells, because it's like I want to cry, but I just
But
can't
you
cry.
hold it back. Yeah. Well, how often would you say you cry?
A lot.
You cry a lot? Okay. Okay.
It happens a lot.
Okay. And, okay. Cut. Alright. And how about loneliness?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
sometimes.
Do you ever experience low self-worth or guilt or shame? Okay, both of those?
Shame. Not so much shame. I just think I suck as a person.
Do you ever ponder over things that happened a long time ago and feel guilty about them and feel anxious about that?
Yeah. That's what I do until like 2 o'clock in the morning. I just think about all the awkward moments that happened in the past life, and
Okay. Like, how often would you say this happens? Like a nightly thing?
like at least nightly. Sometimes I'll get a break and it would just come back the next night.
Okay, so we'll put yes for guilt.
Okay.
You said you feel really tired. Would you say it's like fatigue levels of tired, like you're exhausted, just
Like I just
dragging
come
around?
home from work and take a nap, because yes.
Okay. Have you had any change of appetite, lack of motivation, or have you withdrawn from friends and family?
Honestly, since I've noticed like the shift in it becoming worse, I've actually started eating more.
Okay, so change in appetite.
I mean, it's not like an unhealthy eating more, but I used to eat like once, maybe I'd eat like a second time during the day, but it would only
Okay.
be like a snack.
Okay, so you're not really an intuitive eater anyway, and
No.
you just eat more than you normally do.
Yeah, I
Okay.
ate an entire jar of Nutella.
Oh, goodness.
Hashtag kind of shamed.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you can check off shame on there.
Okay. All right. How about the lack of motivation? Do you ever struggle with motivation? Okay.
All of the time.
Okay. Have you withdrawn from anyone you care about?
I mean, I feel like I kind of have. I used to go over to my mom's a lot, hang out with them, but I haven't really had the motivation to or the energy to deal with them.
Okay, so you're not purposely withdrawing or not seeing people.
No, not entirely purposely.
Okay.
I just don't feel like it.
Okay. How about anxiety or worry, panic attacks, fear, being away from home, or social discomfort?
Social discomfort,
Okay.
anxiety,
Okay.
what was the other one?
Panic attacks
Panic
and
attacks.
fear away from home. Do you ever have panic attacks at all?
Not like full-blown panic attacks. I mean, I get like really, really worried, but
Okay.
I don't consider them like a full-blown.
So just high levels of anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about fear of being away from home? You don't seem anxious to be here today, so.
No, the only thing I get like really anxious about sometimes is sometimes I like really start missing my son, and I get like separation anxiety from it.
Well, that's understandable. How old is your son?
He's 3.
3? Oh, goodness.
He just turned 3 last month.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a great age. I can only imagine having to be away from a child who's that age.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that's abnormal by any means. How about obsessive thoughts or sort of compulsive behavior? You know, doing things without thinking, like we talked about before.
I don't think so.
No, not too much?
No.
Okay.
Nothing that like is anything drastic.
No, like repetitive thoughts you just can't get out of your head.
No.
Okay. All right.
Usually it's about the same topic, but like a different topic.
Okay. Okay.
It's not repetitive.
Okay. All right. How about aggression? Have you been getting in fights more, frequent arguments, or have you been really irritable or angry?
I'm kind of irritable.
Okay.
Not really aggressive.
Right. Yeah, you don't really seem like an aggressive person, just saying.
I try not to be. I like to consider myself a delicate flower. What was the other one? It was
Frequent arguments.
frequent arguments.
Have you been arguing more than usual?
No, not really.
No, not at home, not at work, neither.
No.
Okay. Have you had any homicidal thoughts? Thoughts of harming other people?
Other than road rage, no.
Okay. How about flashbacks or nightmares or reoccurring disturbing memories?
I've been getting like really weird nightmares. Like my fiance woke me up like screaming. Like I was screaming and he woke me up. And like I didn't wake up screaming, but I was screaming and then got woke up
Right. Okay.
because I was screaming.
Right. What was the nightmare about? Was it?
It was like there was a snake that was like coming across my body in my dream.
Oh wow.
And as the snake was coming across my dream, I guess he was like moving his arm off of me.
Oh, okay. So you were kind of imagining it in your head, but in reality it was just him.
It was actually happening, but like not in the way that my mind was thinking it was
Okay.
happening.
Okay, so it wasn't like a flashback kind of thing. It was just okay.
It was like some like dissociation or something like that.
Right. Okay.
It's just really weird.
All right.
But I've been having like other nightmares.
So just nightmares, no flashbacks or anything like that. All right.
No.
How about hearing voices, being a little paranoid, any Visual hallucinations, auditory hallucinations?
I mean, I have paranoia of the fact, like, that my fiance is, like, cheating on me
Mm-hmm.
because of previous relationships.
Okay.
And it's kind of a problem, but I try to not let it be a problem.
Okay.
It's just something that, like, silently eats at me, even though I don't say anything, because I know I'm just being crazy about it.
Would you say that stems more from anxiety, or
Kind of.
are you, do you think you're kind of creating things in your head that you think might be happening?
I think I'm kind of, like, creating things currently that are happening because of my last relationship. He was kind of, you know, he was kind of a D-bag.
Okay, well, sorry to hear that. That's hard. That can be really hard to try and rebuild trust after something like that.
Yeah. Which is why it's, like, kind of hard for me, because it's like, you know,
Right.
he's been great, but it's like, oh,
If it's happened before, it could happen
Caitlin
again.
messaged you? Who's Caitlin?
Yeah.
Who is this? You never mentioned a Caitlin.
Right. I understand where that could come from, but no hallucinations or anything.
No.
Nothing like that. Okay. How about racing thoughts, excessive energy, or extreme mood swings? Like one day you're just so depressed and you hate the world, the next day you're on top of the world. You feel amazing.
I don't even think it goes in days. I think it goes in, like, hours.
Oh, okay.
As for the, like, high energy, like, random high energy, no.
No.
Usually it's, like, built up energy, and then all of a sudden I just swing down to extreme exhaustion.
Okay. All right. So very dramatic changes. And does that kind of coincide with your mood, do you think?
No, I think it, like, depends on, like, my exterior goings on.
Okay.
Like, I just kind of
Like
stop
you'll be
doing
in the
something.
mode and then you calm down and you're
Just-
tired.
yeah,
It hits you.
yeah. It's just,
Okay.
it's like a brick wall.
Right.
I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck. It's okay.
And how about racing thoughts? Do you ever have a thought you just can't stop? Just your thoughts keep going no matter how much you try to calm down.
Yeah, I mean, I do that a lot with, like, my bills. I will calculate my bills 2 or 3 times in a matter of 30 minutes.
Okay. So you'll. Okay. So you kind of obsess over
Kind of.
the anxiety of getting your bills paid. Okay. How about sleep problems? You said you're tired all the time and you have
Yeah.
nightmares, so I imagine you have trouble sleeping as well.
Yeah, it's hard for me to go to sleep, and there are some nights where I'm actually afraid to go to sleep, because usually the night before I had, like, a really bad nightmare.
Right.
But, yeah, usually it's hard for me to fall asleep, and I'll occasionally, like, wake up in the middle of the night, but I won't stay up for very long, and I think it's just, like, my mattress, because my mattress is kind of,
Oh no.
it's time for a new one.
Oh no. Well, you'll have to put that on top of the list.
Right.
All right. How about eating problems? You said you're eating more than you normally would. Have you had any? You said you don't feel like you're eating excessively. Do you feel like maybe you don't eat enough for your body?
I mean, I never ate enough for my body anyways, and it's kind of like,
You're just kind of used to it.
yeah, I kind of conditioned myself to not eat so much, but now it's like I'm actually hungry.
And you'd like to be able to eat more.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
love to be able to eat more.
Okay.
I mean, I like the fact that I'm actually eating 3 meals a day, but...
Yeah, that's really good. That's healthy. That's what you should be doing.
Exactly, and I never do that, because I only eat, like, 1 meal a day, and then I'll have a snack during the day, so it's like...
We all have the tendency to get ourselves in those sort of cycles, and it can be hard to get out of it when you're used to doing that every day.
That's why it's weird for me.
Absolutely. How about any gambling problems, computer addictions, or problems with pornography?
No.
No, nothing like that. How about any problems with your parenting?
I feel like I'm not as attentive to my son as I'd like to be.
Like, less so than normal? Has there been a difference, do you think?
I think so, and I think it's kind of started to affect him,
Okay.
which is kind of probably another reason why I'm here.
Okay.
It's because he's getting a lot more, like, kind of angry.
Kind of showing disruptive behaviors more often?
Kind of more like when you talk to him, he just like gets upset. And he was having spells where he was, pooping and peeing himself, which usually is signs of
Right.
psychological issues going on. Or since he's
Right.
potty trained.
You said he's 3, so he's probably potty trained, yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of started to more consciously spend more time with him. And it seemed to help out a lot. Now he's just kind of like super clingy, wants to be carried everywhere. Like, you're like
He went
40
from one end of
pounds.
the spectrum to the other.
Yeah, I'm like, you're 40 pounds. I can't carry you everywhere. This
No,
isn't the military.
No, that wouldn't be comfortable. No. How about sexual problems? Has it affected your sex life at all?
We used to be more sexually active. I mean, now I'm just so exhausted most of the time, by the time bedtime comes, that it just, sorry bub, maybe tomorrow.
Right. Right. How about problems in your relationship in general?
I mean, not more than usual. I mean, we're usually pretty good.
Okay. Good.
I mean, it kind of frustrates me that he doesn't understand certain things about my mental health,
Okay.
but that's just kind of the way he was raised.
Right. Is that one of the things you'd like to work on maybe? Is learning how to communicate to him how you're feeling in a way he might understand better?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. How about problems with work or school?
Kind of. I don't feel like I'm doing the best that I actually can. I feel like I'm kind of, I'm not even half-assing it, just
Slacking, for a better term? Lack of a better term?
like super slack.
Okay.
I'm in super slack mode right now.
Okay. How about any drugs or alcohol abuse? No? Alright, and so I have another short little list that I'm going to go over with you of just different areas of your life, and you can just tell me if any of these problems that you've talked to me about are affecting any of these areas. Like handling everyday tasks.
Yeah, I barely even have the energy to like get up and fold laundry. So I have like 3 baskets of clean laundry that I just haven't done.
Oh goodness.
Like I can do the laundry, I just can't fold the laundry and put it away. So just
Isn't that the most tedious part anyway? Laundry's easy, it's just the folding. Pain in the butt. How about work and school? It's affected work at all? Well,
I mean,
we talked a little bit about how you felt like you were slacking, but
yeah. I feel like I'm just not as productive and doing as well as I could be.
just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. How about any recreational activities? Do you participate in anything like that?
Oh, I don't have the energy to.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that could be a yes then. Have you in the past?
Yeah, I used to love doing like archery and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
I used to read and write a lot. And now I just work and sleep a lot.
Okay. Well, so we'll put a definite yes for that one. How about self-esteem, your self-worth? How's that? I know you mentioned earlier that you felt like you had low self-worth, but is that new?
Not really. I've always felt pretty negative about myself.
Okay, so that's always been a problem throughout
Yeah.
your life. Okay. How about your housing situation? Do you have stable housing?
No, we actually have gotten like 3 foreclosure notices.
Okay. So it's definitely creating problems there then. All
And
right.
I think that's where a lot of my anxiety is still stemming from, because I can't get motivated to fill out the paperwork to like get the payments lowered and whatnot.
Okay, so if you know that there's a solution to the problem.
I just can't get myself to complete the solution.
Okay. All right. And we talked a little bit how it's affecting your sex life. You're just too tired to even think about it.
Yeah.
And your relationship, you said, is still pretty good for the most part.
Yeah.
How about any legal issues? Have you had any, court dates or anything?
No court things. I mean, the only thing that might be considered a legal issue is the foreclosure, because we have to go to court for that.
Mm. All right. Well,
So I'm not entirely sure if it's legal, but
I guess I'll give that a yeah. How about health issues? Have you
Yeah, I've been getting like super bad migraines. I actually had to go into the doctors to get a Toradol shot because my migraine was just so bad.
Oh no, that's awful. I've been there. Migraines are the worst. How about your hygiene? You seem pretty clean and put together today.
Yeah, for the most part. I try to shower either once a day, every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I go 3 or 4 days,
Okay.
depending on how much energy I have at night.
But is that like a typical norm for you? Like, would you do that anyway, probably? Or is it because you're so tired? Like, you want to shower, but you just don't have the energy?
I just don't have the energy to shower.
So
and
it is affecting it a little bit then.
It is.
Okay.
Back last year when I was in that really bad relationship, I
Mhm.
think I went like 3 weeks without showering.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, talk about deodorant and perfume.
Well, I would definitely say you've made a big improvement there then if you're at every other day now.
Yeah, I try.
Well, people really shouldn't shower every day anyway. It's bad for your skin. How about finances? You've talked about a little bit about your financial situation with the foreclosure and whatnot, but
Pretty much all of my bills are paid except for my mortgage, and I think the only reason why I'm struggling on that is because they want like to do a payment arrangement. They want like a down payment
Mhm.
for the last few months' payment, and then they want it to like spread out the next 1 or 2 months' payment over like 6 months.
right. Okay.
And I'm just struggling with like the down payment, having to make the down payment.
Yeah.
And the fact that it would jack up my mortgage payment an extra $100, which I should probably do, but not having a slush fund kind of scares me, so I really don't want to dip into that, and I should.
That's understandable. It's
But I have
always good to
anxiety about it.
It's always good to have an emergency fund. I can definitely understand that. But yeah, that's a tough situation, having to have a lump sum of money really quick.
Yeah.
So, definitely causing problems there. How about in the past, let's say the past month or so, have you had thoughts, made statements, or attempted to hurt yourself in any way?
I've never attempted to hurt myself. I mean, the only thing I really think about is how much easier it would be if I wasn't around.
Okay, so thoughts, but never any action, never any plans.
No.
Okay. How about thoughts or attempts to hurt anyone else?
No.
No? Never? Alright. And have you ever felt physically threatened or have you been physically harmed by anyone?
The only person that I've ever been physically threatened by is my baby's father last year. It was a really, really rough relationship. Like, knives were pulled, bottles were thrown.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But you no longer have a relationship with this person?
No, he's not even in the picture anymore.
No.
Occasionally I get a message on Facebook like, hey, how's your relationship? Like, stop asking about my relationship and start asking about your son.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with that if I were you, but... Alright. How about gambling? Have you ever gambled in the past 6 months?
No, the only time I really gamble is on New Year's Eve when my parents throw a poker party, and that's about
So that's
it.
just like a family thing.
Yeah.
No.
It's like a party.
Yeah,
It's
sounds
like
fun.
the only party I'd ever go to that my butt family is there.
Sounds fun. It's good to get together with your family every now and then. How about, we're going to get into some different substances now. I know you said that you don't really abuse substances, but I have to go through the list, of course. How about tobacco? Either currently or in the past.
In the past, I used to smoke a pack and a half a week.
Okay.
Now I vape. So, I mean, it's not really tobacco, it's nicotine.
It's still nicotine. Okay. How about caffeine? You drink coffee?
All the time.
Okay.
It's pretty much in my bloodstream.
Okay. You and me both. Alcohol? You ever drink?
Socially, and the socially is not very often. I think my last drink was 3 months ago.
Okay, so within the last 6 months you've had a drink. Okay. How about pot? You ever smoke pot?
Occasionally, also about as frequently as I drink.
Okay.
Probably also the same time as I had my last drink.
Okay. All right. How about cocaine or crack?
Nope.
Nope. Ecstasy?
Sometimes I question. No.
Nope. Heroin?
Nope.
Inhalants?
Like,
Huff.
nail, no.
Never huffed anything?
No.
All right. Meth?
Nope.
Nope. Painkillers?
Nope, the only time I ever used painkillers was during my surgery.
Okay, so nothing in the past 6 months at all. Okay. PSP, LSD?
Nope.
Alright. Steroids?
Nope.
And tranquilizers?
Nope.
Okay. And I presume you've never had any withdrawal symptoms then. And when's the last time you went to the doctor? It's not a
like
lot.
5 years?
Okay. So, unknown.
Yeah. I think it's like 17 or 18. I think it's like 17.
Okay.
Maybe 16. I don't know.
Alright.
I was in high school.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't really like going to the doctor either, but you gotta do it, you know? Have you ever experienced any of these following medical conditions? Allergies of any sort?
Yep.
Allergies, alright. Chronic pain?
Yep.
Okay. Dizziness, fainting?
A little bit.
Okay. High fevers?
No.
STDs?
No.
Asthma?
Yep.
Surgery?
Yep.
Meningitis?
Nope.
Diabetes?
Nope.
Ever had an abortion?
Nope.
Headaches?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a serious accident?
No.
Seizures?
Nope.
Hearing problems?
No.
Sleep disorder?
Yeah.
Stomach aches?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a head injury?
Like in elementary school. That was about it.
Was it serious?
It wasn't very serious. I mean, I've had a couple of concussions.
Okay. So nothing that's like seriously affected you,
No.
but concussions, okay. How about vision problems?
All the
I see you're
time.
wearing glasses, so. Any miscarriages or
Nope.
anything? Nope. And anything else that you'd like to mention?
Nope.
Okay. Are you currently on any medication?
I take albuterol, and I have no idea what the dosage is, so...
Okay. Is that like an emergency inhaler, or do you
Yeah.
take it every day? Okay. And that's prescribed by your PCP?
Yep.
All right. Are you taking any over-the-counter medication, including vitamins or anything like that?
The only thing I ever take over the counter is either Excedrin or ibuprofen.
Okay.
Or any NSAIDs.
Okay. Okay. And you said you have allergies. What are your allergies?
Just the generic smoke, dust, mold.
Okay. The usual stuff.
I mean, occasionally, you might consider it an allergy. Lactose.
Okay. Lactose intolerant?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I still like my milk though.
Don't we all? Milk is so good.
It's too expensive to be lactose intolerant.
I know. I couldn't imagine being lactose intolerant. Now we're going to get a little bit more into family stuff, if that's okay. What's your relationship with your mother like?
It's okay. It used to be really, really stressful. But then I moved out and we're good now.
Okay, yeah. That helped a lot, distancing yourself from her a little bit. So now you have a good relationship with your mom. How about your dad?
My dad, kind of the same, kind of fell apart, and now we're good.
Okay. Good, good. And what's your parents' relationship like? Are they together?
No, they have never been married, but my mom is currently married, and my father is also currently married.
Okay, alright. So you have a stepmother and a stepfather. How's your relationship with them?
My stepmother is really good. My stepfather's kind of he's interesting.
Okay, okay.
He's kind of mean.
Oh, okay.
Kind of self-centered.
So not very nice to you. So he makes it hard to have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you try.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
We're not like butting heads like all the time. It's just, why do you do that?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I feel that way about my family all the time. How about any mental health problems in your family?
My dad is, well, he used to be depressed. You might consider my mom borderline alcoholic.
Okay.
Um,
So issues with alcohol abuse on your mom's side.
yeah, yes, actually on both sides.
Oh, okay. And that's the worst of that for the most part?
Yeah.
Alright. And now I just have another short list, of course. Lots of lists. They're fun. This one is just about different events you could have experienced in your life, and you can just say, yes, I have, or no, I haven't. How about emotional abuse?
Yes.
Okay. Sexual abuse?
Yep.
Physical abuse?
No.
Parental substance abuse. You said something about your mom drinking.
Yeah, my mom drinks a lot.
Has it affected you?
Not really. It's just kind of annoying when you go to have a conversation with her, and then like 2 days later, when you go to bring up the conversation, she's like, "That was a conversation we had."
So it does affect you.
Sometimes.
Okay. Okay. Teen pregnancy?
Yeah.
Okay. Neglect?
Nope.
Violence in the home?
Yeah.
Crime victim?
Yeah.
Have your parents ever been sick? Severely sick?
Not severely.
No. Okay. Placed up for adoption or placed a child up for adoption?
No.
Okay. Have you ever moved a lot?
Mhm.
Multiple times? Okay. Have you ever been homeless?
Mhm.
Okay. Have you ever lost someone you really love?
Yeah.
Okay. I think most of us have. It's a silly question. Have you ever had, and you've talked about your financial problems. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, and what is next? Let's talk a little bit about your support system. What would you say you have for a support system?
My friends, I have like 2 friends that are really good.
Okay.
Um,
You're really close with them.
yeah. My grandmother is also a really good support.
So you have family involved too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And really that's about it. I mean, other than, my fiance, obviously.
Right, of course. How about coworkers, stuff like that? Do you have good relationships with them?
I don't really. Yeah. For the most part.
Okay.
I mean,
Would you consider them supportive?
sure.
Okay. Okay, same. Alright. I'm just skipping over this stuff.
It's like 5:15.
I know. We're almost done. This is the last page. So we'll finish this and then I'll summarize real quick. We'll be done with this. And how about religion? Would you say you're spiritual, religious?
More spiritual than religious.
Okay, and how important is that to you? Is it a big part of your life or?
Not really.
No, so you'd say it's a little important?
Yeah.
Okay. And would you like any sort of spiritual aspects to be incorporated in your counseling?
No.
Okay. Alright. This is always a fun question. I know everyone loves it. What would you consider your greatest strength or skill that you have?
I don't know. I can nap like a beast. I don't really. I don't know. I'm just at a point in my life where I can't really see myself with strengths.
So you're finding it hard to even see the good in
Yeah.
yourself. Okay. Okay. But everyone has something. You said you work. What do you do for a job?
Call center?
You work in a call center, and so you're like a customer service rep? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like that job?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say that I really good at like helping other people. Like,
Okay, yeah, that's an awesome strength.
helping myself. Just no,
Well,
not so much.
you gotta even that out a little bit so you can help everybody.
Yeah.
But that's an awesome skill to have. It's really good to be, helpful and want to help other people and want to care about other people. That's awesome. And do you have any interests that you're really into? Any hobbies that you participate in all the time? That are really important to you?
I mean, we play video games a lot.
Okay, so video games, nice. Video games are fun. I like video games a lot. And we just talked a little bit about your employer, but what exactly does a day look like? What kind of stuff are you responsible for?
I mean, I go in and then I talk to people about their problems with their bills.
Bill problems? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a sales kind of position?
Yeah, we do billing and sales. We do cell phones, television.
Yeah. That can be
Internet.
really stressful, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you rate it from low to high? How stressful?
Well, I would say high, because
High.
I'm pretty sure I don't have a soul by the time I leave work.
Okay, so definitely high stress. What's your level of education? Did you graduate high school?
I graduated high school.
Okay. College?
No, I was going to college and then I dropped out because it was really expensive.
Yeah, that can be scary. It's hard to put yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt at such a young age.
Yeah, we're about to do $20,000 a semester. I'm all set.
Oof. How about the military? Have you ever been in the military?
Nope.
No? Okay. And how about any legal issues? Have you ever been convicted of a misdemeanor or felony? No? Alright. Are you currently involved in any divorce or child support?
No.
Proceedings. Alright. And now I just have to flip back to this survey real quick here, just to finish the end of it, and we will get you out of here and get you set up for next time. I just wanted to first make sure that we've covered everything you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Make sure everything was addressed.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, first question actually is, I felt it. If we talked about all the things that were important to me, would you say that's true, unsure, almost false, or false?
True.
True. Okay. And you felt that the therapist liked and understood me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I try. I felt that the session was helpful.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. And I'm confident that the therapist and I worked well together.
Yeah.
Good. That's what we like to hear. All right, Brianna. Well, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure meeting you, and you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, you too.
Awesome.